You're listening to Sunny Side Up on CJLO 1690 AM.
I kissed a girl and I liked it. The taste of her cherry chapstick. I kissed a girl just to try it. I hope my boyfriend don't.
President Obama announced during last week's State of the Union that he will be working on a repeal for the Don't Ask, Don't Tell legislation, forbidding gays and lesbians from joining the military. However, today it has been announced that the military will take up to a year to study and find ways to introduce gays into armed forces. So the question really is Obama acting quickly enough on this new legislation, and should he be pushing it forward faster?
They're going to take a year to do what? A study?
They're going to study ways that they can integrate gays and lesbians into the military. They want to make sure they're doing it properly.
I don't understand what the thing is. If they want to fight for the country, what's the big deal? Let them in. Why should they study and see how we could implement this? Let them in. Go.
Maybe they think they can carry a gun. You know, but there are gays in the military right now, which is a problem. And one of the issues is that, well, because they don't say they're gay openly. And then what happens is when they break up with their partners or someone finds out, they tattle on them.
Uh-oh.
And then they get fired. So what the gay activists are trying to do now is, in the interim between the new legislation, they want to make sure that this situation won't happen where the angry ex-lovers or people, third parties who find out won't tattletale on them, won't be a whistleblower. So they're trying to prevent that. But Obama actually promised in his 2008 presidential campaign to repeal the Don't Ask, Don't Tell. But in his first year of office, he refused to set a timetable and said so publicly. He didn't want to talk about gay rights in this whole first year.
He actually said, I don't want to talk about it?
Yeah, he said it's not going to be on the agenda. Things that he pledged to the American people. His campaign promises. And why isn't he keeping them? Why is it taking so long?
And now it's going to take even longer with this whole year study, I guess you can call it.
Actually, Obama said from the start that the law was just wrong, just plain wrong. He said that he delayed acting on the repeal because the military was stretched in 2 wars, and he didn't want any other polarizing debate in 2009 to distract from the healthcare issue that he's trying to pass right now, or the 2 wars. But then that kind of gives the Republicans room to say, hey, we have 2 wars still going on.
Yeah.
Why are we introducing it now?
That's true.
Well, I think if we have 2 wars going on, I think it's the perfect time to introduce it. What if there's a gay person at home who says, I'm openly gay, but I want to fight for our country. I want to go into the army. I want to join our forces. Mm-hmm. I want to fight for what I believe in, but I'm gay. You're not going to let that person fight?
I can't believe
You're going to keep people in Iraq who have been there for too long, for too many terms, and have not had significant time to go see their families because we don't have enough people. Mm-hmm. And then say we're not going to take you because you're gay?
I can't believe this is an issue, like today, in 2010. I don't know, I feel like this should not even have been an issue back in, like, the 50s. Who cares? What does it matter what your sexual orientation is or who you're attracted to? Does that make you less capable of doing anything, of doing a job?
Well, the problem is that the military, I mean, I understand that the military, you're in close quarters, and you're with people of the same sex. But then gay people are not social deviants.
Yes, exactly.
And they're not just going to pounce on the person once the lights go out, you know? I think that's a big misconception that's out there, that a gay person would just be attracted to everyone in his troop.
Is that what the deal is? I would like to believe that there's something more to it, because if that's the case, it's just disgusting. Because, I mean, there are men and women in the military, and if they're heterosexual, when the lights go off, do they sneak into each other's bunks?
They're kept separately in separate barracks and separate... I mean, they work together, but they're kept... They don't stay together. Although, technically, they are allowed to have conjugal visits every now and then, I think.
Yeah.
But I think that has to be regulated, which is kind of awkward. Imagine having to fill out a sign-up sheet. Sue, are you good for Tuesday? See you there. Like, that can get very awkward.
Little bit.
Or people see the sign-up sheet. Oh, they got room 1 for an hour. Don't worry, he only takes 10 minutes.
Oh, my. Yeah, the Canadian Health Measures Survey statistics show that Canadians are fatter and less fit than we were 25 years ago. In 1973, the government imposed the Participation campaign, and that worked for some time. Health and exercise were taken seriously, and then it kind of faded, and then it resurfaced in 2007. Do you remember those ads, the participation ads.
I really don't, to be
Remember?
honest.
Yes, Body Break with Hal.
Oh, that was participation?
Hal Johnson and Joanne McLeod.
Oh, yeah. Body break, do. Body break.
That's it. Yes.
They taught us how to make banana smoothies with yogurt. And I was like, how informative with your 80s hair. I love it. Go ahead.
Yeah, so that was part of the plan that they imposed in 1973, and it continued, and like I said, it kind of faded in the 2000s, and now...
Actually, I believe we call them the knots.
The what?
The knots? The
Come again?
OOs? The knots. NAUGHT? The knots?
I don't know.
Like,
I've
you know,
never
you say, like, zero is not.
Okay.
So it's the knots. I don't know. That's how we say it. I mean, because it's kind of awkward to say
The thousand?
the thousands. I mean...
I've never heard that,
Yeah.
the knots.
Some people like to say the naughties. It's
that's
true. People
funny.
say the naughties. Yeah, people do say the naughties, but people are calling it the knots. You can also say the OOs.
I'm going to stick with the thousands.
People won't know what century you're talking about, though. They'll be like, which thousands? Are we talking about, like,
Yeah,
the 1800s?
so, like, what are we going to call, like this decade, the tens?
That's what I'm saying. We're called... Well, no, the tens are next... Oh, this... Oh, right, this decade.
Yeah, well,
right.
we're starting 2010.
10,
so
right.
2011. No, that's not...
Yeah, that's the tens. But right now we're in the knots
Okay.
or the naughties. I think we should go with naughties.
I like it.
It'll confuse people.
Yes, so we need to get in shape, people. We need to move more. We need to eat less. And the government needs to invest more money to get this campaign strong again.
I agree completely because right now I do not know how to make a proper banana smoothie without Hal Johnson and Joanne McLeod on TV. So I don't know what I'm going to do without an informative smoothie infomercial.
Your whole world has been turned upside down.
Seriously, but I do think we need more education, especially in the schools. I think gym should be introduced in university where you should have a gym class.
I miss gym.
Because right now we don't have gym education. It kind of stops in CJEP once you're 18, you're done.
Yeah, and you can't even, like, I was looking for electives, or like maybe I'll take like a soccer class or volleyball or something, and there's nothing. So I wanted to take a dance class, and then I took dance traditions, but that's really just dance history, so there's no moving in there. But actually, our teacher does make us get up halfway through class and stretch, which is nice. All teachers should do
Yeah, but
that.
that's not exercise.
I know, but it's still...
But you know what? In CJEP and in high school,
Something.
they teach you to exercise at gym time. They don't really teach you how to exercise outside of gym time. And that's why when you get to the outside world, so many people are overweight.